1 minute remaining. We lost that round. Prepare for the next one. Switching sides. Search and destroy. Plant the charges and demolish the objectives. Focus on the next one. Search and destroy. Place the charge. Detonate the target. Hostile UAV in the area. Lost that round. Prepare for the next one. Switching sides. Search and destroy. Watch the objectives. Set up security. They've planted at Bravo. Only you remain. The round is lost. Focus on the next one.
We may be compromised. All channels get switched on. We may have company.
Hardpoint. Secure the target area.
Covering.
Target area located. Secure the hard point. We have taken the lead. Compromise. Secure the area.
Reloading.
Enemies inside the perimeter. We've lost the lead. Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area.
Get up!
counter UAV overhead. Hostile UAV in the area. Friendly SAE on the way. Next hardpoint. Stand by. Hostile cluster mine detected. Friendly cluster mine planted.
Trophy system out!
Enemies inside the perimeter.
Thermite gets covered!
Hardpoint down. Secure the UAV on station. Enemies inside the perimeter. Hardpoint relocating. Stand by. Enemy UAV active. Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area. Hardpoint relocated. Secure the target. Enemies inside the perimeter. Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area.
Revenge is usually my theme.
Enemies inside the perimeter. Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area. Next hardpoint. Stand by. Target area updated. Move to the hardpoint. Mission time is half over. Maintain the lead. Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area. Friendly remote turret active. Hostile Mosquito is online. Enemies inside the perimeter. Hardpoint relocating. Stand by. Hardpoint relocated. Secure the target area. Friendly UAV on station.
The sniper's down!
Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area.
Next flag!
Friendly SAE inbound.
Reloading!
Inside the perimeter.
Loading!
Friendly cluster mine deployed. Confirming next hardpoint. Stand by. Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area. Target area.
X-ray down!
Friendly UAV on station. Enemies inside the perimeter. Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area. Enemies inside the perimeter.
Changing left!
Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area. Friendly UAV online. Enemies inside the perimeter. Hardpoint compromised. Secure the remote destroyed. Friendly UAV on station. Friendly Wilson online. Friendly UAV online. Confirming next hardpoint. Stand by. Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area. Hostiles are on the run. Don't prevent. Target area updated. Move to the hardpoint. Enemies inside the perimeter. Friendly SAE on the way. Friendly airstrike near your position. Friendly
Took a round!
is remaining.
RPG, get down!
Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area. Hardpoint reloaded. Stand by. Enemies inside the perimeter. Hardpoint relocated. Secure the target area. The mission is complete. Good work.
Well guys, the video's over, but it doesn't have to be. You can always watch more by doing these three things. Follow me on TikTok at The King Tornado Man Show. Follow me on Instagram at The King Tornado Man Show. And subscribe to my YouTube channel, The King Tornado Man Show and The King Tornado Man Show second channels. And don't forget to ring the notification bells. And stay tuned for upcoming content videos. Thank you guys for watching. Bye guys.
Player view. Generating world. Player view. Press controller D-pad right to open chat. Press or hold controller D-pad left to emote. Stone sword. Game menu. Oak plank, oak plank, pick bam, stone planks, block, helmets, stick, helmets, nether, spruce, text, TNT, text box, TNT, 7 of 29. Construct button, text, flint and steel. Player view. TNT. Beacon, stone sword. Beacon, and TNT. Flint, player view. Flint, empty, TNT, flint and steel. Empty, flint, stone sword. Player view. Player view. Generating world, player view. Press controller D-pad right to open chat. Press or hold controller D-pad left to emote. Elub Briley Mesk left the game.
Tornado Man Show. Welcome everybody to the King Tornado Man Show. I'm your host, King Tornado Man, and today is May 3rd, 2025, and today is Kentucky Derby Day, the day of the 151st Kentucky Derby, and we have a special guest on this video as of right now, none other than the Green Grouch himself from Sesame Street, and in case you all don't know who he is the famous Oscar the Grouch. Oscar, introduce yourself.
Through the microphone. Well, if it isn't the King Tornado Man himself. Today I'm your special guest. How delightful. My name is Oscar the Grouch from Sesame Street, and as you can probably guess by my grouchy demeanor, I'm the embodiment of grumpiness itself. Don't let my scowl fool you. I'm always ready to grumble about something.
And he is right. So, Oscar, first question is, how are you doing today? How was your day before I called you to introduce you on the show?
Grumble's my day before you called. Oh, just dandy. Just dandy. I was minding my own business, grumbling and grousing away in my trash can. I was complaining about the weather, the noise, and everything else that crossed my path. Typical grouchy day, really.
Now, the first question I'm going to ask you that fans has always wondered, how did you go from orange to green? On the first episode of Sesame Street, you was orange on the first episode back in 1969, but after 1970 you turned green. How did that happen, or is that a secret you don't want to tell? If you feel comfortable telling it, you can. If you don't, that's fine too.
Grumble's the great orange to green transformation. Well, let me tell you, it's not some big secret or anything. It was simply a change made by the creators behind Sesame Street. They decided to make a slight tweak to my look, and suddenly I went from orange to green. As for why they did it, I suppose they thought I looked better with a bit of green on me, and who am I to argue? I'm just the grouchy one after all.
So was that an Oscar the Grouch kind of thing, or was that a Jim Henson kind of deal to do that?
Grumbles. Oh, it was definitely a decision made by the big shots behind Sesame Street, and Jim Henson had a hand in it. He was the creative powerhouse after all. They probably thought a change in my color would make me stand out even more and add to my grumpy aesthetic.
I know kids always ask, kids always think that that Oscar has always been green. But come to find out, in the first episode he was orange before he became green. But here's the thing. Kids think that there was CGI that made you green when actually you were built as a puppet by Jim Henson, and Carol Spinney did your voice. Can you explain that to me?
Grumbles. Well, let me tell you, there's no CGI involved in my transformation from orange to green. I'm a puppet, plain and simple. Jim Henson and Carol Spinney brought me to life, and I've been grousing away ever since. But no computer magic was used to turn me green. It was all about the good old-fashioned puppeteering skills. So kids, next time you think I'm CGI, think again.
And Oscar, I want to ask you this. Do you have friends on Sesame Street, like anybody in particular that you like to have a friendship with?
Grumbles. Oh, friends. Ha! Who needs friends when you're the king of grouchiness? But if I must admit, there are a few folks on Sesame Street that I tolerate more than others. Ernie and Bert, those two mischievous ones, they can be entertaining at times. And Big Bird, well, he's so clueless that I can't help but find him amusing. But don't go spreading rumors that I actually care about any of them. I'm a grouch, remember?
Yep, everybody knows you're a grouch. I mean, even you being the grouchiest of all, I know even grouches have a soft heart for people.
grouchy heart. Just a small one, mind you. Wouldn't want to ruin my reputation as the epitome of grumpiness, now would I?
So let's talk about TV shows for a second besides Sesame Street. During the time that Oscar the Grouch isn't on Sesame Street, when he's at home doing his normal daily life things, what is your favorite TV show to sit down and watch on TV during your off time?
Grumbles me. Well, I'll admit it, even us grouches have our guilty pleasures. But my preference for TV is certainly different from the rest. Rather than watching the cheerful, sunshiny shows, I enjoy gritty, dark, and depressing shows. I find solace in watching characters struggle and suffer. It somehow brings me a certain kind of satisfaction. So don't expect me to be watching anything cheerful during my downtime. I prefer my TV with a hefty dose of gloom and doom.
Be more specific. What is your most favorite TV show to watch?
Grumbles. Specific, huh? Well, if you must know, I have a soft spot for a show called Tales of Misery and Woe. It's a real downer, let me tell you. Every episode features the most miserable, depressed, and miserable characters imaginable. It's like watching a train wreck. You can't help but be drawn to the despair and misery. Don't expect any happy endings or feel-good moments, though. It's all about the darkness and gloom, just the way I like it.
Do you like Whose Line Is It Anyway? I know I watch a lot of funny shows and skits and stuff, but how do you feel about the show Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Grumbles, Whose Line Is It Anyway? Oh, that show. Well, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen, I suppose. Sometimes watching comedians engage in their little improv games can be amusing, but don't expect me to laugh out loud or anything. I'm a grouch, remember? My sense of humor tends to be a bit more on the dark and cynical side.
Well, Oscar, I want to ask you a question, because I know this is like a gaming channel. This is a little bit of an everything YouTube channel, and this is the King Tornado Man show, and we have gaming and a bunch of other stuff. Oscar, can you tell all of my viewers what your favorite video game to play and what your favorite gaming system is to play on?
Grumbles, favorite video game and gaming system, huh? Well, I don't waste my time with those frivolous things. But if I had to pick, I suppose I'd choose a game called Misery Simulator. It's a real downer, let me tell you. The goal is to experience as much pain, suffering, and despair as possible. As for a gaming system, I picked the Gloom console. It has the grimmest graphics and the most depressing soundtracks. But don't expect me to recommend any cheerful or happy games. I prefer my entertainment as bleak and desolate as my grouchy personality.
So, let me get this straight. You don't like Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto 5, or Fortnite?
Grumbles, Call of Duty, GTA 5, and Fortnite. Ha! Those games are just for those bright-eyed, naive, and cheerful kids. A grouch like me has no interest in their flashy graphics and explosive action. I prefer my games to be slow, tedious, and as miserable as possible. Why waste time on mindless violence when you can wallow in the depths of despair?
You got a point there.
Grumbles, of course I do. I'm the epitome of grumpiness, after all. My opinions are always spot on, and my disdain for cheerful things is unmatched. Just remember, kids, sometimes it's more fun to be cranky than to be joyful. Grouchiness rules, don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Now, everybody asks this a lot. And I know people on Sesame Street also wonders this behind the camera, because I know in the show you and Elmo don't get along. But outside the show, are you and Elmo friends?
Grumbles, me and Elmo friends? Huh? You must be joking. I can't stand that cheerful little ball of fuzz. He's so sickeningly optimistic and cheerful, it makes me sick. But I suppose behind the scenes we have to play nice. After all, we're professionals, and there are things called contracts and rules to follow. So do we hang out and have a good time away from the cameras? Not a chance.
So I guess you and Elmo really aren't friends. Well, there's your answer there, kids, on that question. So here's the next question that I also want to ask you. Whenever you go out to eat in public, what restaurants do you eat at? Do you eat at fast food restaurants like McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, KFC, or do you eat at other restaurants that people's never heard of?
Grumbles restaurant? Me a grouch in a restaurant? As if I'd willingly subject myself to the cheerful noises and chatter of other people. No, no, no. I prefer the comfort of my trash can, where it's nice and quiet and nobody bothers me. But if I absolutely had to visit a restaurant, I suppose I'd choose one of those dark and dismal places, the opposite of anything cheerful. And fast food? Don't even get me started. Those bright, happy colors and the sound of laughter? Ugh, give me a nice, quiet, gloomy diner any day.
I don't know if you celebrities and puppets have this, but I know with normal people, they have bad experiences with some fast food restaurants with waiters and chefs getting the order mixed up. Has that ever happened to you?
Grumbles. Oh, it's happened more times than I care to count. Those fast food places are a nightmare for grouches. Waiters and chefs constantly mess up my order, and the cheerful atmosphere just makes it worse. One time I asked for a double chocolate fudge depression sundae and got served a bright, cheerful banana split instead. It was the epitome of misery. I mean, who wants a banana split when you're in a grouchy mood?
Well, I'm gonna say this, I am not much of an ice cream person whatsoever.
Grumbles, you're not much of an ice cream person, eh? I suppose we have something in common after all. All that sweetness and sickeningly cheerful flavors, it's enough to make a grouch sick. But I can see the appeal, in a twisted sort of way. I mean, watching others indulge in their ice cream whims while I grumble in my corner can have its moments.
Well, I'm gonna ask you this also because I know I grew up in the I was born in the early 2000s, and I remember seeing this clip on Elmo's World, and I know we've talked about this off camera. There is kids that are literally like watching that has watched Elmo's World for the longest time, and in one of the Elmo's World episodes, he was talking about farm, and he took a video of going down into your trash can, filming you feeding your farm animals. How did you feel about Elmo coming in your trash can with a video camera filming you feeding your farm animals?
Grumbles, the infamous Elmo Visits Oscar's Trash Can episode. Well, let me tell you, it was a moment of pure irritation. Nobody asked me if it was okay to barge into my personal space and film me while I was feeding my, well, unique farmyard friends. Can you imagine? A cheerful little puppet, invading my grouchiness with their cheerful demeanor and bright colors. It was a real intrusion, let me tell you. But I suppose I should expect no less from someone as clueless as Elmo.
If y'all could recreate that video in a newer episode of Elmo's World, would you all recreate that? Like allow Elmo to come down into your trash can and videotape you feeding your farm animals again, or would you rather not have Elmo in your trash can videotaping you again?
Grumbles, recreating that episode? As if once was more than enough. Having that cheerful little nuisance in my trash can videotaping my farm animals, it was like a nightmare come true. No, no, no. Not a chance. I'll take my grouchiness and solitude over that any day. Let Elmo go bother someone else with his cheerful shenanigans. I prefer my trash can free of cheerful intruders. Thank you very much.
That I can agree with. Now I know this ain't Christmas time yet, but I hope to bring you back on my show again when it comes to Christmas, when it comes around Christmas time. But I want to ask you this question. I have a DVD, a whole Sesame Street Christmas DVD collection. One of the DVDs I watched was Christmas Eve on Sesame Street, or Christmas on Sesame Street, or something like that came out in 1978, where you fell down the stairs in your trash can and Big Bird went up on the roof watching for Santa. How do you feel about Big Bird going up on the roof watching for Santa, and you and everybody have to go out and look for Big Bird and he's nowhere to be found?
Grumbles, the great rooftop escapade of 78. Honestly, it was a chaotic mess. Big Bird perched up there waiting for Santa like some joyful, clueless bird. I have no idea what possessed him to think that was a good idea. Everyone on Sesame Street was running around like headless chickens looking for him. It was utter madness. Can you believe it? All because of that big yellow bird and his obsession with Santa Claus. Ugh, just thinking about it makes me want to grumble even more.
You're making the crowd laugh with humor, and this is what I want, is for you to make everybody laugh with humor. Now, I want to ask you this, because this is another question that follows along with what I just asked. What was the feeling of you whenever you was roller skating with the Count and Ernie and Bert and all of them in the ice rink of that Christmas Sesame Street DVD from 1978, where you went flying and went flying down the stairs? How did it feel? How did it feel falling down the stairs?
Grumbles roller skating with the Count, Ernie, and Bert? It was a miserable experience from start to finish. Let me tell you, I never expected to be persuaded into the whole skating nonsense. And then, just to add insult to injury, I went flying down a whole flight of stairs. Ouch, it was embarrassing, degrading, and a total waste of time. But you know, some people find joy in those silly activities. Not me, no sir. I'll take my trash can and grumpiness over skating any day.
Well, if it was embarrassing after you fell down the stairs when Big Bird and that little kid picked you up to check to see if you was okay and asked if you was all right, why did you say let's go back and let's do this again?
Grumbles of the humiliation. Being helped up by a child and that yellow nuisance of a bird. I suppose I just wanted to prove that a fall like that wouldn't keep me down for long. It's important to have some dignity after all. And as for skating again, that was just a moment of desperation, trying to salvage some small semblance of pride. Still, deep down, I longed to be back in my comfortable trash can, away from all the cheerful chaos.
Well, our time's just about up on video. Can you tell me one more thing? Can you tell me one more thing about how you about how you feel about being on Sesame Street with all the other with all your other friends, and what do you plan on doing since Carol Spinney has passed away and you got a new puppeteer?
Grumbles being on Sesame Street surrounded by those cheerful, optimistic friends. It's not exactly my idea of paradise, but it is what it is. As for the new puppeteer, well, it's different. Replacing Carol Spinney isn't easy, but the show must go on. I'll just have to grumble and grumble silently while getting used to the new face behind the character. But hey, I'll still be true to my grouchy self, no matter who's controlling my puppet strings.
Now, I know this is something I want you to do before we turn the camera off. I want you to act like the Oscar the Grouch on a TV show. Say your normal lines, what you say to people who disturbs you in your trash can. Do that real quick, because I want all of my fans to see the Oscar the Grouch in his game with his game face on, acting out as Oscar the Grouch when people comes and visits him on his trash can. Can you do that?
You want me to unleash my grouchiness, eh? Pose dramatically before the camera. Well, buckle up, folks. Here we go. Ah! Who disturbs my solitude in this glorious trash heap? Can't you see I'm in the middle of my important grouching? Get lost, you cheerful, irritating intruder. Leave me and my beloved pile of refuse alone.
That was pretty good. Can you do another one of those?
Grumbles, you want more, eh? Very well, one more for the road, acting... Ah! You again? I specifically tell you to stay away from my trash can, and you return like a persistent, pesky fly. Do I look like I'm in the mood for company? Can't you see I'm perfectly content here, surrounded by my trash and gloom? Be gone, and let me resume my important grouching.
Okay, I'm gonna have you give my channel a shout out before we turn the camera off. So I'm gonna give you a shout out, and you're gonna give me a shout out. So can you handle that before? Can you handle that? What we're fixing ready to do?
Grumbles. Sigh. Fine. One last thing before your camera goes off and we part ways. A shout out, eh? Well, here goes nothing. Give a big wave.
Hold on a minute. Not yet. I'll tell you when.
Grumbles. Not yet, eh? Fine, I'll sit tight and might start grumping for real.
So here we go. I'm gonna do the countdown. I'm gonna give you a shout out and you're gonna give me a shout out. Okay? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Subscribe. Thank you guys for watching the King Tornado Man show. Please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe, and go check out Oscar the Grouch's YouTube channel. Now Oscar the Grouch, give me the King Tornado Man show a shout out. Give me King Tornado Man a shout out on YouTube, and I want you to tell everybody to subscribe to the King Tornado Man show on YouTube and follow on TikTok and follow on Instagram. So I'm gonna do the same thing back to you. Everybody go follow Oscar the Grouch on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, and all of Sesame Street platforms. Okay, Oscar, do a shout out on me.
Grumbles. Fine. Here's your shout out, Tornado Man Show. Follow King Tornado on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and all that nonsense. And while you're at it, don't forget to give a hearty welcome to your grouchy friend, Oscar the Grouch, on all those same platforms, too. Satisfied?
Let's do that again, because you got the name mixed up. Let's do it one more time for the fans out there that's watching on my channel. 3, 2, 1. Everybody, thank you for checking out the King Tornado Man show. Please like and subscribe. Follow me on TikTok, YouTube. Follow me on TikTok. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Instagram for more videos and live streams and video game videos. And go check out my good old buddy here, Oscar the Grouch, on all social media platforms. Now, Oscar the Grouch, do a shout out for me, the King Tornado Man show.
Grumbles. All right, one more time. For all the loyal fans of the King Tornado Man show, follow on all those media thingamajigs. And if you're feeling up for a grouchy good time, don't forget to check out Oscar the Grouch on all his platforms as well. There, we've shouted each other out. Happy now?
Yes, sir. So, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for watching me talk to Oscar the Grouch and everything. I will see you next week, because I'm going to do a reaction video to WWE Backlash on YouTube. I'm going to be reacting to wrestling matches. So, Oscar the Grouch, I want you to tell everybody on my YouTube channel before I turn off the camera. I want you to tell everybody to scram. 3, 2, 1. Do your scram impression, Oscar.
Grumbles over Grouch's sake. Fine, one final impression before the lights go off. Here goes nothing. Clears throat, scram. Get lost, scram, you bothersome, cheerful bunch. I said scamper, you irritating bunch. Can't you see that I'm trying to be miserable here? Go on, skedaddle, before I give you a taste of my grouchiness. Scram!
Thank you guys for watching, and the video is over.